So they do what I call leveling. See, people that are insecure are always either pursuing or retreating in a relationship. They're never on level ground, just experiencing it. So when I say leveling, they always see themselves in competition with you. So they've either got to shoot you down by sabotaging you, criticizing you, undermining you, or they've got to fluff themselves up so they perceive themselves as being lifted up to your level. But they're always leveling themselves with you. Now, I'm saying these things to you because I want you to listen for them, because if you're living with a covert narcissist and you don't realize it, there's just something not right and it's wearing you out. I want you to recognize what it is. Is there somebody in your life that's saying a lot of these things, doing a lot of these things? Is there somebody that is sullen and complaining and whining all the time, and they just don't ever get involved? They don't ever get engaged. They just always sit back and criticize others. They think they have unseen gifts. They think they are the smartest person in the room, but yet they won't take a risk. And they mock the people who do. Those that are out there doing, they sit in the cheap seats and snark at them, snipe at them, criticize what they're doing. These are paranoid malcontents that complain about everything, playing the victim. Now, you've probably heard this quote 100 times, but it's really fitting here. Theodore Roosevelt said it on April 23rd, 1910. This is a quote. "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither knew victory nor defeat." Now let's take that apart for a minute. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or the doer of deed could have done them better. It's not him that counts. The credit belongs to the man in the arena, the one that gets off his butt, gets off the bench, gets out of his chair, and gets in the arena and gets his hands dirty. He said, the credit goes to the man whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly. He errs. There's no effort without error and shortcoming. He knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, and he spends himself at a worthy cause. Maybe he wins, and maybe he loses, but by God, he got out there and did it. And that is the last place you will ever find the covert narcissist. And if you ever say to them, why don't you get out there and show us all these gifts you have? You say you're the smartest person in the room. You say you know better than the boss. You say you have all the answers. Why don't you get out there and show us? You know what their response will be? They will rage at you like you would not believe because they're paranoid. You're disrespecting them. You must be out to get them. How dare you call them into question? These are the people that sit at home and wait. They're not going to get out there as an entrepreneur. They're not going to get out there and create a business. They're not going to open a bicycle shop or start a restaurant or start a delivery service or open a practice in medicine or physical therapy or whatever it is that they want to do. No, they're going to sit at home and complain that it wasn't delivered to them on a silver platter because the world's out to get them. And the one who does, they're going to say, well, yeah, must be nice. Somebody clearly gave them a paved road. Yeah, must be nice. His daddy must be rich. Her daddy must have known somebody. They are hypersensitive to criticism. So you're going to get all of these must be nice statements. They don't have the guts to step up and say, I don't think you deserve it. They can say, hey, yeah, must be nice. Good for you. Wish I had a free ride. Wish I was lucky. They're going to seem self-effacing, but they're not. They're going to sit back and say, hey, I just work here. What they really mean is I'm getting jerked around by management, by you, by everybody because they are entitled. They are closet the best. They think they are the smartest person in the room, just waiting for the universe to deliver them their just rewards. And of course, that never happens. And they are envious of everybody that is succeeding. They're not happy for anybody. They're not happy for a damn person. Even things that they may have achieved. They'll say, nobody cares. Why do they say that? Because they got to be the victim. They got to feel sorry for themselves. This is a pity party. So that's where you get all of this. Yeah, some people have all the luck. Now, I'll tell you something that gives these people away. They are incredibly judgmental. The covert narcissist, as I have just pointed out, they're going to judge everybody in the arena. They're the critic. They're the ones that point out how the doer of deeds, how the strong man stumbles. They are the ones that are going to point out how that was stupid. Can you believe that? Can you believe he did that? Can you believe she said that? Oh, come on. They're going to snipe and snark at everybody that's out there doing anything. They're going to sit back and criticize. Sarcasm, put downs, every step of the way. One of the things that's going to give them away, and you'll see this when you spend any time with them, they are incredibly argumentative. They will argue about abstract issues like policies at work, politics. They are self-righteous and sanctimonious, and they will criticize people for having an opinion. They will say, can you believe that guy would say that about this? Can you believe that? They'll even say to you, how could you say that? How could you say that about these people? That is so mean. That is so vicious. Completely ignoring the fact that they're tearing you a new ass. I mean, they do the very thing they're criticizing you for, but they want to ignore that. They are entitled. They think they are owed more, and they have this toxic energy that they bring into everything. When toxic people stop backstabbing you and sabotaging you and talking about you, it's like the trash took itself out. It's like all of a sudden the hush falls over your life. There's nobody stabbing you in the back. It's like it just went away. These are the people you work with that you think, I wish these people would get transferred or transfer me. Just get me away from this. This person is sullen and bitter and paranoid and negative. We could get a Christmas bonus and they could double it. And they would say, oh, yeah, wonder what they got. It doesn't matter. The covert narcissist, you can never do enough for them. They are sullen, arrogant, dissatisfied, and there is a rage just seething under the surface. And if you're in a relationship with one of them, they're going to suck you dry. They're going to suck every bit of life energy out of you a little at a time, and you're not going to see it coming because you think you're going to fix them. You think you're going to rescue them, and trust me, you're not. For two reasons. They don't want to be rescued. They don't want to be rescued. They want to wallow in their self-pity. They want to wallow in their victimhood. They're like the guy in the lake and he's drowning. And a boat comes by and throw him a rope. He says, no, God's going to save me. So they go on. Pretty soon another boat comes by, throws rope. No, don't need your rope. God's going to save me. Then he drowns and finally sees the Lord. Says, how could you let me drown? What do you mean? I sent you 2 boats and 2 ropes. You just wouldn't grab on. I mean, that's their attitude. Nothing is ever good enough. Were the heavens supposed to open and he was supposed to be part the Red Sea and lift him out? Nothing is ever good enough. I swear they would complain to God himself.